Yes, people, welcome back to Raw Ball Talk. Hope everyone's had a good weekend. Um, First weekend of the Premier League is done and dusted. I think everyone is fair to say it was a good weekend, very entertaining. But before we delve into it, let's introduce the man them as always. What are you saying, Jalo?
Yeah, man, all good, man. I shouldn't be smiling with the results that's going on, but you got. I found love in F1 at the moment. Thanks, Jeff.
Coach.
No problem,
Yeah,
sir.
I feel like we need to all dive into a bit of a different sport and talk about that after we speak about Arsenal, just to lift our spirits. So, yeah, man, good to be. Hope you boys are well, man.
Yeah, but no, all good over here, all good over here. I was already into F1, so I'm good. Um, that still wasn't enough for me. But anyway, Rash, what are you telling me, bro?
What's going on, my brothers? Alhamdulillah, just happy to be here. You know, it was good to see the football back up and running this weekend. Lots to get into. So, yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, man. And last but not least, Jeff, what are you telling me, man?
All good, man. In a decent mood, mate. So, yeah, let's talk some football.
Yeah, man, no, that's good to hear. Let's get into it, man. Let's not waste any time. Obviously, the shock of the weekend. I mean, probably Brentford. Yeah, Brentford being Arsenal, I'd say probably a bigger shock than Spurs being City. Even though I don't think people saw that one coming ever. But let's start with Brentford being Arsenal 2-0. Obviously, yeah, horrible start to the season for Arsenal. Yeah, man, like there's not much more that can be added. So I'm just gonna leave it to you guys before we delve into it. I can't tell. I think Jalil might be frozen. So I think he
Yeah.
might be. Yeah, he is.
He
Yeah,
is,
okay,
he is.
cool. So let me start with you, Rashman. What are you telling me about the Brentford Arsenal game?
Wasn't nice to watch from an Arsenal fan's point of view. It was just terrible football. Poorly managed. Poorly game management from the team as well. Um, I mean, the defensive backline was poor. Xhaka and Lokonga, they played all right. Smith Rowe, Tierney, best players on the pitch. Um, Gabriel, Martinelli, non-existent. Pepe, poor. Balogun, poor.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes. Yeah.
Ben White,
Yeah,
poor.
yeah.
Let me get into that
Poor.
one. I've got because that was poor.
Yeah.
Maury, I don't. Like, I don't even know if he actually plays football in real life. If this is like what's going on, Chambers, I told you man about Chambers. Keeper Leno, I told you man about Leno. Like it was just overall a poor performance. Only too many watchers on the pitch and not getting in enough action, and you know 3 or 4 men can't do it. Do you know what I mean? They need a whole team in order to get a victory. And just to play well. I mean, we was outclassed by a Brentford side that's just coming to the Premier League. They had some home advised their team. Their fans was amazing there. You know what I mean? Really lit the atmosphere. They really put Arsenal under pressure. Whenever they was under the attack, um, sorry, not under the attack, on the attack, Arsenal looked like they was gonna concede or at least had some sort of problems on their hands.
Yeah.
Their forward, what's his name again?
The one that played with Tony or Tony.
Tony.
Yeah, yeah.
He had Chambers under Chambers and White under pressure all game, like
Yeah.
all game. They couldn't handle him. White couldn't even win a header. Like I'm just overall disappointed with that game. I mean, I I came in with some high expectations, saying, "Yeah, do you know what? I think we're gonna win this game. I think we're gonna finish high in the Premier League." Da, 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 da. And after watching that game, it's just back to old crappy Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? Seeing silly mistakes. Arteta's management is just evil. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just really poor all the way around. Yeah, it's just finished. Yeah, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can hear the frustration in your voice, and rightfully so. I think you highlighted it there, man. So many bad performances on the day that is. Yeah, when everyone plays bad, it's really, really difficult. It makes you look at the bigger picture, the manager, etc. But Jeff, before I get to Jalil, man, like talk to me about the game. Obviously, you weren't as high as Jalil and Rashford on Arsenal before the show. So what are you saying now? Like, what did you make of that performance?
Not a good performance. Like we had a lot of the ball, just lacked a punch in it. Like it's kind of like highlights what we don't have in terms of like attacking mid and whatnot, and actually scoring a goal. Like probably most disappointed with like Pepe, if I'm honest, because if in that kind, not even for like performance reasons, because performance wise, no one was really that good. Like I thought Congo had a decent debut. Tierney weren't bad, even though he was crossing a bit aimlessly, but it weren't bad. But Pepe, like, cause towards the end of the season, you were thinking that something was starting to click, that you were starting to get into the right positions, you're starting to do the right things, but it was kind of just like he just reverted back to Pepe again. Like it was just like you're meant to be one of the most senior attacking players on the pitch, so like you're 26 or something. Yeah, 26. This is your third season in the Prem. Yeah, and your third season in the Prem. So I'm expecting you to like kind of like take the reins and try and like make things go through you. Even though Smith Rowe is the attacking mid, that you're still a fairly creative player. You ain't like obsolete. Like you've got something, but it's very, very quiet. Wasn't really taking on his man. Aimless shooting. Martinelli wasn't great. Probably one of his worst games. Balogun was bright for a spell, and then it's kind of like what Arsenal do. It doesn't matter who you have up front, really. It's just if you can't get any service, it's not going to end well. Xhaka is just Xhaka, innit? Like, there's bad moments, there's okay moments. But yeah, Lokonga, I thought had a decent debut. I guess I'll leave the Ben White one because I know we're going to speak about it in a bigger subject. But yeah, it's just a pretty lackluster display. Still, I guess there's all kinds of rumors. I'm sure we're going to get to him, but there's reinforcements that's needed in it. Just to say, like my stance ain't really changed since the last episode. It's still we need reinforcements. I'm not saying no one out or nothing like that. It's just we need reinforcements. If we don't get those reinforcements or we make the wrong signings, that's a whole different conversation. But until we see the transfer market close and what our activity is in the last 15 days, 2 weeks, whatever it is, then yeah, just there's not much to say on that. The performance was just, same old Arsenal, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's very fair. I think it's I'm hearing already there's plans for a protest this weekend at the Emirates before the
Sunday
before the Chelsea game. I think at 3:30. Which I can see Rash's face. It kind of comes out of nowhere. You can see it's not really planned at all at all. It's very reactionary. But hopefully it's better than nothing. It's a start, I guess. But before I get to Jalil, let me read out this comment from Anton. Hope you're good, bro. Saying, get Arteta out now. I was saying before, give him a chance. That chance has now run out. I mean, we saw like some things talking about Conte. Obviously, that was for like the Sun. But obviously, when these things start to spread slowly. But Jalil, man, talk to me about the game, like what you feel of it. Because obviously, we had some back and forth on WhatsApp, etc. So yeah, man, talk to me.
Yeah, man. Just to start on the protest thing, I feel like a lot of people scan lamps. I feel like a lot of people are kind of understanding what needs to be done in regards to attacking the issues from the top instead of going after the middleman and the guys on the bottom who's the employees. And that's the most important thing. And when you start to hear stuff like that, yeah, sometimes it is reactionary in regards to stuff like that. Sometimes the best things come out of stuff like this, protests and stuff, So just to make it clear as well, I don't think Conke's going anywhere. We've got too many brand deals. He's making too much money whether we win or lose. So I guess people want to give up on Conte and getting him out and just going after Arteta because he's the option. But that's a temporary fix. Arteta goes October. Let's say, for example, we get in a manager. There's still issues on board, man. They can try them on. You can bring the best personality to the club. Probably won't get anywhere. Since Wenger, everyone's forced Wenger out, and Emery now Mikel. It's always been temporary fix. Nothing's been a long-term solution. They'll say you can get the best out of the players now. Yeah, fair enough. I get that, but yeah, I feel like that's the only way to do it. I just feel like we're going to be here for a long time, unfortunately. This 3 to 5 year plan may or may not work, but we'll see. But yeah, man, going into the game, it's very upsetting, man. Last week, me and Rash were very happy, excited. Me and Rash have been to a few games before, so we get like this, like before an Arsenal game. I mean, Rash was talking to Walker in the FA Cup game. Remember, I know how excited you were to sit that close to the things. I understand how we felt in terms of that, and obviously to lose 2-0 to a just recently promoted team was very upsetting, man. It was a really low for football, and I found love in F1. I'll say that again. Big up Jeff in the building, anyway. But yeah,
I wasn't even on at the weekend.
I had to watch it on YouTube, man, just to get a feel from it, man. Big up the boys, man. Whoever, what's a fella called from London? Hamilton, yeah, man.
Oh shit!
I'm learning. Let me learn. But yeah, sorry, I digress, man. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, it was a bit hard to watch, man. The Arsenal game, man. It was a bit hard to watch, man. I just want to address something as well. Balogun, I'm pretty sure Balogun will come good. I'm not gonna lie to you. He had one of the worst debuts. It wasn't really a debut, but first team kind of debut. To the guys. He's not a Rashford. Who Rashford can come and do the business. Unfortunately, he didn't do it for me, man. But is that to say that he's washed and done? Nah, man, never that, man. That just wasn't his game, man. It was too physical for him. Didn't win a header. Everyone's talking about Ben White not winning a header. I expect my strikers to win a header as well. He didn't really do that as well. He got bullied. The whole team got bullied. So yeah, I mean, I think we'll address a lot more when we go into player ratings anyway. But yeah, that's my take on the game.
Yeah, and I think before Lance, I was going to bring it to you and just say, like, obviously the guys have given the perspective from as Arsenal fans foremost. Like, you as an outsider, what did you make of the game?
I don't know. I think Arsenal fans are being a bit too hard on themselves. I think when you look at it, Brentford were really, really looking forward to this game. They were up for it. Obviously, because I work in Staines, I was actually on the trains that a lot of the Brentford fans were on. And the energy they had on the trains, already I knew something was going to be mad for Arsenal. I knew they were up for it. They were fully up for it. So remember, they've been waiting for this moment for a while. So when it came, they played very well. They played well, they defended well, they attacked well. And I think Arsenal might have overlooked them. They might have thought, you know what, because we are the bigger team, we'll just bully them and get rid of them. I will say, Arsenal started the game really good. Arsenal, I think they started it pretty good. I thought they looked all right. I didn't think they looked too bad. I think the game sort of turned when, I can't remember what this striker's name is, but he had a chance where he got slipped in behind. And
Mbano, when he had the post.
Yes, that's it. When that happened, I said, okay, maybe this team, yeah. But then, yeah, man, it was just one of those games, man. Even if you look at the goals that were scored, it's not as if they weren't crazy, spectacular goals. It was just one of those games, man. It was just one of those games. I think Arsenal fans are being a bit too hard on themselves. I think as well, the team that was played, haven't really played together like that before. I don't think I've seen Folarin Balogun on the pitch before in the Prem starting. You got to look at the front three. That front three I've never seen play together before. And then Smith Rowe, the number 10. Nah, man, it was a brand new team. They had to gel. It was just one of those games where Brentford were more up for it. And yeah, man, they just got the better of Arsenal. But one thing I will say is, I don't know what's going to solve the issue, but I do think the recruitment at Arsenal has been mad. This whole thing with Lokonga, I don't know how good the guy is, but you had Guendouzi in it. Why? I don't get why you would let go of Guendouzi to go and buy Lokonga, because the chances are, if Guendouzi was still in this team, because he's played with the team before, he would actually suit the team better. He would suit the team better. He wouldn't have to settle in. He'll be a much better player. Guendouzi had a lot of talent as well. And it's not like, I mean, in France, they rated him. He got called up to the French team. I don't know where it is, but obviously it's something personal between him and Arteta that led to him leaving your club. But there was no point getting rid of him to go sign Lokonga. Ben White, when Arsenal signed him, I thought it was a dodgy signing. My brother was saying he's better than Joe Gomez, all this talk. I told my brother, I said, listen, this guy, I'm not sure about him, man. I've seen Ben White get twisted up quite a few times.
No one's better than your Liverpool players, bro. Don't worry, we know.
No. I'm just saying. I was hearing wild things about this Ben White guy, and yeah, man, I didn't even know of the stats that he I think he's lost 50% of his aerial battles. That's worrying.
More than 50%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's worrying. Especially when you're hearing you've got Lukaku next week. You better not. Yeah, you might want to not play Ben White, innit? I don't know, man. But really, yeah, but listen, I think it will get better for Arsenal. I think you're still going to bring in probably 2 more players. Odegaard, I think, will come in. This rubbish about swapping Aubameyang for Coutinho is stupid. It doesn't even make any sense. Yeah, no, I think Arsenal will get better, man. I think Arsenal can still finish top 4. I don't think it's over.
Okay. I mean, the thing I would say is on the Guendouzi one, I think it's interesting because after his first season at Arsenal under Emery, there were rumors that PSG were linked for him for like 45 million pounds or euros.
Course. He was all right.
Because he was all right. Yeah. And then obviously he's had the falling out with Arteta, and I think now he's got a loan of an obligation to buy him. Marseille can buy him, I think, for 10 million euros next year, which is basically what we bought him for. So we basically made no profit on him.
Another thing is, sorry,
yeah,
I watched Saliba yesterday. For the first
that's
time.
what I'll get on to.
You should be worried, man. You should be worried about Saliba as well.
He's gone frozen.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You should be.
John's internet is gone.
Oh, John's internet's gone.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
It's mine.
Right. I think you should be worried about this Saliba guy, man. I think you should be worried about him. Marseille have looked shocking defensively.
Yeah, go on.
They conceded 2 goals against Bordeaux. John, I think you're lagging still.
He's lagging. John, go out and come back in. You probably hear this about 5 minutes time anyway. But go out and come back in. Lambs, let me tell you something about Guendouzi. Everyone paints the like a lot of Arsenal fans will say to you that he's had a fallout with just Mikel. It was actually the training staff, the defensive coaches, everyone. It wasn't just Mikel. Mikel had to address it as the main man. And we've got to be real. I've got to be real with you. Guendouzi's probably not going to play for Arsenal again. Neither Saliba. I think as Arsenal fans, we've accepted that, and we just got to look at who's next. I know Saliba's a big he's a big player, man. He's going to be the guy, but I'm not going to look back at him, man. He's gone now. I can't think about what if that makes sense.
You know, with Guendouzi, it's funny though because all of it started after the Brighton game. There was something
after the fight, yeah.
It didn't start. There was an incident in Dubai first. That was the second.
Right.
Okay.
And he's got a history of speaking out against stuff. So it's not just like Arteta's in the wrong, in my opinion. It's you have a continuous pattern of speaking out. Like I guess it's cool if you do it through the correct channels, but you're just blurting stuff out and not respecting the line of authority. So if you get sold because of it, that's your fault.
So in that case, then I think it's been handled terribly. Arsenal should have just got rid of him from the start instead of loaning him and just sell the guy, man.
Nobody wanted him.
The thing is, go on, Jeff. No.
You go first. You go.
I was going to say, the thing is that at first, if you've got someone who says, "Look, I'm willing to take my punishment on the wrist and have to do what I have to do," if that's the case, then I'm gonna do that, you know. And I think that was probably the first option at first. I think before he was training alone for a little bit, and then obviously something still wasn't good enough at the camp. Do you know what I mean? And it got him like, well, maybe if you go out on loan, maybe you'll appreciate where you are and what you do. Maybe attitudes didn't change. He was doing well at first when he got put on loan, and so maybe that even affected his ego. And then the next thing you heard, he was fighting with the staff and colleagues in that team as well.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and then he had the opportunity to come back again, and it doesn't seem to have been working out. So, as Jeff said, he has a bit of a history. The team that he had beforehand, one of the reasons why we got a deal on him was because he had problems with the coach and the coaching staff there as well. So he's got a bit of a history of this type of behaviour, and that's one of the things that's kept him out of the French squad as well. So, I mean, Lokonga is a good guy. He's in a good addition. He's got a good reputation from his previous club, and from what I've seen him on the pitch so far, he's a good player. Is he better than Guendouzi? I don't know. I was someone who really rated Guendouzi as well, and I still like him as a player. Guendouzi's too sick. I rate him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But if it will ease the stresses of the manager and make the team gel and play better, is it a sacrifice win to make? Then yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It makes sense. Still, to be honest, I didn't know he had all them issues with the staff at his club.
You only hear it from a certain amount of fans who say, "Oh, he had a follow-up at Arteta and he's got a goal," but nobody will tell you about their history and everything. And he hasn't changed. And just go back to your point in regards to 45 mil from PSG. Who's going to pay 10 mil for him? If he's got an attitude that day, he's not going to listen when we're telling him to. When the manager and staff and coach is telling him to do something, he goes, "Nah, fuck it, I'll do it my own way." Who's going to pay for him? So we're going to make a loss. Sorry, we're going to make a loss, and we know it. We know we're going to make a loss. So we're just going to see out his contract. He's got 2 more years, if I'm not mistaken, and we know we're going to make a loss, and that's us, unfortunately.
I think you were selling, but yeah, the money, like at first, the 45 mil was based off his good form and him being in line, I guess. Like, so at that point, you're thinking, now we got a gem, keep him. Like, you wouldn't sell him for 45 mil because he looked like he had a good first season. But then when you then follow it up with a not so good season, not by in terms of ability, just temperament, then you're going to just affect your own price. You'll probably end up back in France. But even last year on loan, he didn't play well on loan. Like there were several clips of him like losing the ball, like in his own area, like just doing wild stuff. So he kind of affected his own stock. Like it never matters about your ability; it's about your temperament, innit? Like if you can keep yourself in check, you'll go far. If you can't, then you kind of cutting your whatever that's saying is cutting your nose off to spite your face, if that's the right saying.
Yeah.
And that's the thing as well. I saw with him as well is that he got drowned in his own talent. He thought he was better than what he really was. You know what I mean? He's a really good player, very talented, got potential to be a really, really good player, world-class player even. But when you think you're there already and you let it affect your ego the way that I heard it was affecting him, I mean, you could even see it in how he played on the pitch as well. Him doing unnecessary stuff in areas that you just shouldn't play with, but it's because he thinks I am the big man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm the big and I can do this stuff and it's going to work all the time. He and with his temperament, for him losing the ball and stuff like that, it just wasn't a good combination, especially not in the Premier League as well.
Out of curiosity, who was it that bought Guendouzi? Was it Emery?
Yeah,
it was Emery.
Right. Okay, so it's not even Arteta's fault because Arteta didn't buy the guy in it. So I think Arteta sees what a lot of. Watching him yesterday, I was concerned, man. I can't lie to you. Watching him, nah, man. Nah, not getting Bordeaux. Like Bordeaux aren't even a team. They're known for not scoring many goals, and the way he looked against Bordeaux.
Saliba.
Yeah, Saliba. And then I heard the week before that as well, hearing from my brother. My brother said he's an Arsenal fan. My older brother, he said that Saliba looked bad in that game as well. So, and my only thing is, this is what I'm saying, the clubs, it's not being run properly because to buy Saliba for 30 million, now, the way things are looking, that is definitely going to be a loss as well. So you can't say Stan Kroenke doesn't spend. He's putting money into the club, but you're investing it you're investing it in the worst ways possible. And then you're losing money, and then your fans are saying, Kroenke, we need you to put more money in.
It's the staff as well, because I think a blind man can see that our recruitment hasn't been the best. Like we've got money, that's never the case. We've got money now, but the money's been put in the wrong places. So the board's just like, exactly. I can't see any issue with this. We're still getting our brand. We're still getting money here and there. We're still doing this. But the recruitment needs to change for a fact. And it does blend down. I think everyone's just going to paint the picture around, oh, but Mikel makes the final decisions. He does have a say in it. But Edu's still there as well. And he seemed to be skipping some punishment here. And the board as well is not ambitious enough. There's a lot of things that needs to change. And for me, is Mikel number one? Nah, not for me.
Would you?
I think. Sorry, Jeff. Go on.
No, I was just a real blanket statement to me. I was just saying there's a lot of factors of why Arsenal aren't so good. We're a fractured club, man, from the inside. So whilst our managers, I'm not even going to say Arteta, managers take the blame. Wenger did. Arsenal fans got him out of there. Emery came in. Then a lot of Arsenal fans said, oh, Wenger's gone. But he wasn't that bad as it goes, as we're thinking about it.
Emery is balling out with Villarreal. I'm watching Emery. I'm watching Villarreal against Chelsea, and they're balling out, man.
It's just a lot. Like we're just a particular fan base. Like if we get rid of Arteta, we'll bring in another manager. In 7 months' time, it's going to be the same thing. Like,
Facts.
We're not going to spend money. It's going to be like, oh yeah, we trust him. Oh no, we don't.
Yeah,
it's been three managers.
So I'm asking you guys as Arsenal fans then, what? Because you get different opinions when you speak to different Arsenal fans. What do you guys think will change what's going on with your team? Because I remember when this was happening to, obviously, and I can relate to it because it was happening with Liverpool. You know, when I was in secondary school, this was Liverpool. You know, no, secondary school or college? Yeah, college, I think maybe. This was happening with Liverpool. And I never thought Liverpool were gonna get out of it. And even when we got Jurgen Klopp and the first players we signed were Gini Wijnaldum, Mane, I said, "What?"
Yeah.
I'm like, remember, we asked my little brother. I remember saying to him, "This is a joke." I said, "Nah, this team's becoming a joke." And then even when we signed Salah for 30 million, I said, "This is a joke." But somehow, Jurgen Klopp has made it happen. He made it happen with these players, and he's turned them into better.
I'll tell you what he did.
What do you think it is?
I'll tell you what he did. I'll tell you what Klopp did.
He got rid of the question.
He got rid of the dead wood.
That
team you saw there all had a chance, and he said, nope, sold, nope, go on free loan, nope, and brought in the right players. So the issue we have here now with Arsenal is that there's still a lot of dead wood, bro. But however, unlike Liverpool, no one wants our players. And if they do, we ain't getting a fair price. And then what's going to happen is they're going to go on free, and then Mikel will get cost. So that's the difference. And what needs to happen is, for me personally, Deadwood needs to go and bring in the right players who can play the positions. Because Klopp did it. And look at Klopp. Like, Klopp came from Bundesliga to Prem, which is 10 times harder, and done the business. Do I think Mikel could do something? I still do think he could do something. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all, but the Deadwood needs to go. And that's the same thing that happened with Emery. Emery inherited that squad. Look how Emery's doing with the squad he's got now. He knows them players, do you know what I mean? And now he can ball out of them. He tried to get rid of Deadwood and bring in his own players. He wasn't allowed. I'll say that.
I think one of the things that Emery did do before I come to Rash is that Emery, I remember there was a January transfer window when Emery said we can only get loan players. And I think that got the fans pissed off because people were like, why have we only got money for loan players? And I think we almost need to get a manager that's just going to come out and expose the board. Like someone like Mourinho will come in, not get what he wants. And then as soon as he's sacked, he'll do like an interview and just expose the club straight away. And then all the fans will go mad. Like Mourinho does that type of thing. I think Conte would never even come to Arsenal. So I'm not even going to, because we see at Inter Milan, as soon as they had no money, man bounced. Didn't care. He just won a league. He said, "I'm out. I don't give a damn." And I think it's hard for Arsenal because I was saying it to the guys in the WhatsApp group. I was saying every single club has 4 key elements. It's got the players, the manager, the owner, and the fans. None of that is good at Arsenal. The fans are deluded, not us lot. The majority of Arsenal fans, no offense, they're deluded. The manager's not good enough. The players ain't good enough, and the owner just sees Arsenal as just like. As a business, as a side business. So when you don't have any element that's right, you can only see why Arsenal have been going backwards every single year. And the Wenger stuff, I mean, I want Wenger out, and I'm not going to go back on that because he sold us out. I don't care what anyone says. He sold us. So yeah, man. Rash, what are you telling me though?
In regards to the whole whose fault is it kind of thing, yeah, everyone has a part to play. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But look, as you was describing earlier on, Julio, you were saying that look, Liverpool had an issue. Klopp came in, he spotted what the issue was, got rid of Deadwood, bought what he needed, and that's what kind of need to happen at Arsenal. But the sad thing is that that's not what's happened. Yeah, Arteta hasn't done a full clean out. Rather, he's got rid of people who challenge him. Yeah, got rid of Ozil, got rid of Guendouzi, got rid of Saliba, got rid of these type of players that could have done good at an Arsenal. But what it was is that they are players that have a bit of personality, and that's too much for Arteta. But has he got rid of the dead wood though? No, he hasn't. Okay, the dead wood is actually still there if we look at it. All right, so that's one thing that Arteta hasn't done that Klopp did. Second thing is Klopp went and reinforced the team in areas that he knew needed reinforcing in order to take the team forward. Arteta hasn't done that either. Yeah, he hasn't done it, and if he has done it, he hasn't done it with players that we know can make a difference. Yeah. Three is this. Klopp can do that because he had previous managerial experience in the Bundesliga. He had won shit. He came over. He knows what winning is. He is a winner. Arteta has never done this job before in his life. So to think that he can pull off something that Klopp did at Liverpool and think that Arteta can as well, just by having the right backing or having the right amount of money, is to me is a bit ludicrous as well, because he doesn't have the experience of winning. Matter of fact, man's only a loser. He only knows losing at the moment. Yeah, so there's nothing in me that makes you think that he is the guy that's going to change Arsenal and bring Arsenal back to where it needs to be. Maybe he's with Arsenal at a time where they deserve each other because he's shit, they're shit. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But in reality, what is needed is a manager that actually knows how to manage a club, who knows how to win, who knows how to get the best out of a club, a deflated club. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Someone who knows how to talk the talk and knows how to make the players walk the walk. Do you understand? Even if they're not the team that is the best. I mean, look, Man United's last time they won the Premier League, that's one of the worst Manchester United teams I've ever seen. But Alex got the performance out of the team. It was Alex. Yeah, they didn't have the money pumped in. They didn't have the board and all that stuff like that behind them. It was just Alex. Good man management. Do you know what I mean? And right now, that's what Arsenal need. They need someone who's going to change the mentality of the players in the team and give them a fighting mentality. Not even a winning mentality, a fighting mentality. Because them man don't even fight. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it is on management. It's not Arteta's fault why we're doing shit, but it's his fault why we're not doing well. Yeah, if you understand what I mean. And I think I don't think he's the guy. I'm not screaming out Arteta out because what does that do? But what I am going to do is watch him and analyze him and let you guys just know that he's not the man for the job. This job's too big for him.
And I think what Rash said there, obviously we got 12 people in the building. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Make sure to smash the like, and if you're new, subscribe. But I think what Rash was making the point of is, I think the same thing I'm looking for is, I'm not looking for Arteta to do any madness, get us top four like that, but I would just like a manager who, a bit like Klopp, I can look at and say, I can see a clear philosophy, and we're overachieving a bit. Why can't we overachieve for once? West Ham overachieved last season. When is it going to be our turn to overachieve? That's the only thing I'm thinking, that we that could be the first start that we need after that. And then obviously I heard what you guys said. Saliba played bad at the weekend. I'd still prefer him to Pablo Mari. That's for sure. Because Pablo Mari, like, bro, La Lamps, come on, man. You saw Pablo Mari, but we're gonna get onto the player.
I'm gonna be fair and say I've only watched Pablo Mari probably like twice or three times, but the first time I watched him was a game against Liverpool for what's the Brazilian team he played?
Flamengo.
And he was one of the best players on the pitch. He was one of the best players on the pitch, and I remember Liverpool were interested in him because of that. He handled our team a bit, like, so. I don't know. I think, boy, I don't know. You need to watch Saliba. Then I think you will change your mind on.
Don't even get me started on Pablo Mari, bro.
We're about to, bro. We're about to get into player ratings, and I'll give him to you. But let me read out the comments first, and then I'll start with Jeff on player ratings.
I want the boy Ben White too.
Oh boy, big up HO. Hope we'll say what's good, boys. Hey, big up HO. Hope you're good, man. We need to get you on, bro.
Yeah.
Big up KD in the building saying Arsenal about to put Chelsea in a casket on Sunday. You know the vibes. I think he's saying that because Arsenal have a good recent record against Chelsea.
They do. They do.
So you never know. I know KD's hoping for the opposite. Big up Jaminho in the chat saying, don't worry, Arsenal climbed from 20th to 17th in the day. We climbed 3 position. We're going to survive relegation. Yeah, damn. Our money is spent wrong. We spent 50 million on Ben White and couldn't spend less to sign Onana, Randolph, Dumfries, and Sabitzer who are running circus. Again, that's a great example. That's a great example then of how you can spend the money. If we sack Mikel, we'll appoint Henry instead of Antonio Conte. Mark my words. I can't even lie. It's probably true.
It's probably true.
Big up Kane, anyway, man. Hope you're good. Saying should have bought Kane. I mean, that's madness.
Kane,
crazy, but
Kane, mad.
Big up Marley saying Arsenal rattled after one game. Listen, man, we ain't even rattled, bro. We're just listen. I even know you support our PSG, our bandwagon. That's cool, man. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, but yeah, man. All right, let's get into the player ratings. Jeff, Leno, what are you telling me?
4. At first, I thought for the first goal, I think he could have done better on the second goal instead of push it. He could have pushed his man a bit weak. Chambers is at fault partially for that goal as well for letting him cut inside. But regardless, that shot you should not be being in your near post.
That was a good shot. That was a good shot. Though,
I'm lying. I kind of thought that was a good shot.
That was a good shot. That was
I'm from a school of my keeper don't get beaten in near post. I played football for a lot of years, and if my keeper gets beaten in near post, I'm looking at you like, bro, you gotta do better. So
I hate you.
For that, it was cool. It wasn't an amazing shot. It wasn't like unsavable.
He caught him by surprise. He did catch him by surprise.
And that's my point. Like from the time you see the guy cut inside, you should be covering your post. That shouldn't become a problem.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I like Leno, but those are 2 mistakes.
Yeah, I'm not. I would have given. Anyone disagree with 4? I think I gave him 4 on mine.
I think I gave him a 2 on mine.
Wow.
I mean, I understand that as well.
Look, one of the reasons is because look, you got being a goalkeeper, you see everything. You got to be a lot more vocal. The second goal he was fouled, but how are you getting fouled? How are you not? Yes. How are you not? How are you not telling your centre back, hey, come in between me and this player?
No,
every corner. That's standard, yeah. If you're gonna put a player onto the goalkeeper, it's the defender's problem now, or the goalkeeper's problem to tell the defender, yo, get him off of me now. And the defender's always usually fighting the striker to get in between him and the keeper, so the keeper has freedom of movement. Leno didn't inform the defenders to do that, and the defender's stupid enough not to see that, or to see it twice, because it happened twice in a row, before the goal, and ridiculous.
And you know the other thing, Rash, right? When we've all played, right, I'm sure there's been one time when we've all gone up for a corner and one of us has been assigned the job of go stand in the keeper.
Yes.
But anytime I've had to do that, before I've even planted my foot in front of the keeper, I've already been pushed.
Yeah.
The guy made no effort. The guy literally allowed the guy to hold him.
And that's why it's not a foul.
Yeah, they hugged each other.
How can it be a foul?
They were literally hugging.
You just got out muscle. That's not a foul. Like
imagine
if you stand in front of me as a striker. If I'm a goalie and you stand in front of me, I'll punch you in the back of your head. You gotta move. Don't stand
step on your Achilles. Do something, yeah. My man hugged him, and I thought it was a foul because I thought my man had his arms locked like that. But he didn't. He didn't. He moved his hands afterwards like this, like catch, like oh. I was like,
nah, man.
Do you think the defenders could have helped him out a bit? Because I know
we're going to talk about them.
Not every. Because I was going to say not every keeper is physical. So I know, for example, when
who should have told the defender to get onto him though? Should have definitely told the defender, "Yo, my man, because it was from there was a throw-in beforehand and it happened.
Yeah,
And there was a
happened
corner
as well.
beforehand and it happened. I goes,
And it happened,
they're gonna
yeah.
score just like this. And they did a
Yeah.
long throw-in. Man got done by a long throw-in, bruv, and man couldn't get around a
The
striker.
thing is, but
That's
what I'm saying
ridiculous.
is this. What I'm saying is this. The Arsenal
Yeah,
defenders,
come to you, Joe.
the Arsenal defenders also need to know their keeper. The reason why I'm saying this is because I remember when De Gea first came to the Prem and they were doing the exact same thing to De Gea. And what did Man United's defenders do? They understood it and they had to adjust. It happens to Alisson.
It's not understanding your keeper. It's understanding how to defend a corner. That's what you do.
Yeah,
You get in between the striker and the keeper. It's nothing rocket science
It's-
about it.
No, but I'm saying
It's just what you
exactly,
do.
You know exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying instead of putting the blame on Leno, bro, you can't. He's not a physical player, innit?
He's to tell man to come. He's the goalkeeper. He
But
sees
he doesn't
everything.
have to. But I'm
He's
saying
got to
he
be the
shouldn't
most vocal person in the box. He's the goalkeeper. That's his
he
box.
shouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to.
He
do
shouldn't
that.
have to.
I don't
But
think he
when
should
the
have
moment when he saw that he was in danger, you've got to speak up. Because
I
what
hear
if the
you.
defenders couldn't see? What if they
I hear
couldn't?
you.
I know
I
they
hear you.
should see, but what if they didn't?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's I hate where Lamps is coming from, but like I said, like the keeper there, if he knows he's in trouble, he's just gotta be like, yo, guys, this is a problem here. Someone who's not doing anything, come and do something and make
Does he
yourself
speak? Does Leno speak English, by the way?
I'm sure he speaks enough, man. He's German as well. You know,
Yeah.
Germans speak English well, man. There's no excuses for him, like, not to
yeah,
speak
yeah.
up, man. But you know what you're saying?
Yeah.
Look, so for that goal, just wanted to make you know that the striker had his hand underneath like that, number one, yeah. So I'm gonna say it is a foul. You don't say it's not a foul, it's a foul. It's a fucking foul.
Foul. No, it's a foul. Yeah,
Foul.
of course.
And then my next point is the strikers should have done. The defenders should have done better. However, he was shouting. He was like saying, "Oh, his mouth closed, his mouth closed. Look at him." I had to go back and watch it now. To be fair, his mouth he's shouting. If you can't hear him,
But we don't know what he's shouting. We don't know what he's
exactly.
shouting.
We don't know he's shouting, but he was shouting. No, maybe he was shouting.
Yeah.
To be fair, maybe he was
To
shouting.
me, it looked like he was going to the referee. Hi.
Yeah. It was like that.
But it wasn't. It didn't look like he was saying, "Yo, come and get my man off." of me."
Yeah. Fair enough. So that's a very good point. It looked like he was shouting to the ref. However, as a defender, should you not like look back and think, "Oh shit, my
You
fucking
should.
goalkeeper's in a
That's
bit of
what
trouble."
That's what I was thinking.
They're
But
all at fault though. Like it don't.
Yeah, everyone's
it's
at
not
fault, yeah.
like it's regardless if it's a foul, bro. If you're a goalie and you got more leverage than in players, come and lock my hand if I'm a goalie and see what happens to you.
So
That you don't do. You can't just let someone bully you like that and then say, "Hey, push him."
no facts.
Yeah.
Fact. The whole. The funny thing.
You know it, bro. Do you know if someone stepped in front of you in a corner, you're pushing them.
Yeah,
You're not letting them badge you up and let you hold them.
Unfortunately, the whole team got bullied in every position. Let's be real.
Yeah,
So
I hear you.
Leno was a product of his environment, unfortunately. So
But true say we're rating Leno right now. That's the only reason why we're talking Leno. Don't worry, we're gonna get onto them next man too.
Don't worry,
I'm just gonna point out, I like Leno. I like Leno. One of the best keepers in the Prem. I think he's one of the best keepers in the Prem. I don't think he's a bad. I don't think.
I can't lie. I like Leno. I'm starting to lean towards Rash. I'm not there yet. I'm still a bit more closer to you guys, but I'm starting to go towards where Rash is.
I would have given him a standard 5, by the way. I would have given him standard. Those 2 goals for me. I mean, his distribution was better. Those a few times he got kind of caught out, but Mary didn't make it easy for him. So I'm not gonna knock him down too much. I'll give him a standard 5. He didn't really do anything outrageous for me, but
yeah. All right, cool. 1 sec. Let me read out the comments. Big up Ben in the chat saying facts. I think that's when Jeff and Rash were giving the explanation. Big up Jamie in the building saying this is coming like AFTV. Arsenal are a joke and so is Arteta. Nobody can save you bums. Oh, and Pepe 70 million. Hey,
you're in the naughty corner. Hey, John, don't doubt no more of his comments for the rest of the day, bro.
Others saying you can't hook a keeper's arm. It's a foul no matter how soft. I hear you, but
you know how much things happen in football.
I'm just not having it, man.
No, man.
Big up Shaky. Did I pronounce it this time right?
Shakai.
Yeah, you're wrong. Shakai. Everyone can get a 0.5 rating. Disappointing performance. Hey, I'm not even mad at that.
Smith Rowe was.
Okay, Matt saying only Tierney and Smith Rowe done decent. All right. Let's rattle through them.
Tierney.
All right, Lambs. Lambs. Tierney.
I'll give Tierney a 5. I think he was a 5. I didn't see much from him. I don't think he was that good. I'll give him a 5. I'll give him a solid 5.
Give him a 5. Jalil, Ben White.
Give that to Rash, man. I don't want that one.
Rash is
Alright,
waiting for this one. So.
Pablo Mari. I wanted to give Pablo Mari to Rash.
You can have both,
wait,
bruv.
Rash, what do you want?
They're both the same. They're both the same rating to me anyway.
Let Rash have both of them.
They're both the same rating, bro.
Rash said at the beginning, I want Ben. Okay, cool. I'll fuck it.
Go on, Pablo Mari, go on.
All right, sweet. Mari for me can hold a 2. He can hold a 2. And I don't really blame him. He's not the best quality. He's not quickest, not mobile enough. He's good on the ball. And that's why he gets a 2. He put his uniform on right, so he gets an extra point. So yeah, we can go from there.
So 1 point for shut the right way and 1 point for passing the ball.
What else did he do? Like before in other games we see him at least go for tackles, get a tackle. Can you name me one good tackle he did?
Oh, no. I think I gave him a 2 or 1.
I think you're being generous anyway. Yeah, you're a nice guy. Yeah, because with that guy, bruv, he can't even run. I've clocked. He can't run. He can't run. There was a chance when they put the ball through, and my man was about to zip him on the outside. Yeah, they put the ball through, and he looked around to everyone else like, "Help me! I can't run." And you saw his legs couldn't move. Yeah, and it took I can't even remember who came back and covered that one and won that ball, that challenge there. But he can't run. He can't turn. He can't turn.
Yes.
And when he gets the ball, he has to play the way that he's facing as well. Yeah, there's a lot of time when the ball come and they want them just to play it just to the side. He couldn't do it. He had to go back into the danger where they come from to play the ball. Boy can't turn, he can't run, and he's tall but can't jump. What is going on? What's going on with he's not even a player. He can't even play. Like, what's that? That's like me at the back.
How much was he bought for? Or was it a free?
Like 10, 12 mil?
We're getting 600,000 for him if we try to sell him.
No, it's 100,000. But can I just throw something in there? Like going back to the Leno thing. Just to let you know, Shaq as captain had to go speak to Tierney about him going up all the time, because when Mary had the ball, normally you just tap to the left. How many times was that option open? Never was there. Never. Maybe 3 at the whole game, but it weren't really there. So Shaq was that's like come short if you can. And yes, Rash, you're 100% right about this guy. This guy's pants. I assume you gave him a 1. I
actually gave him a 0, but yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Who? Mary.
Yeah.
He made a team sheet, bro. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. That's Arteta's fault. Big mistake.
But yeah, sorry, Tierney would have got 4 for me. Tierney would have got 4 for me. I know Lamp's giving me 5, but he would have got 4.
Yeah.
Wait, so all right, people, smash the likes up. I think we're still on only 10 likes, so let's get them up. Rash, what are you saying for Ben White? What are you giving him?
I was gonna give him 0. I was gonna give him a 0, but you guys being nice and all that stuff, I think he had a similar performance to Mari, so I'm gonna give him the same as Mari, even though I think Mari deserves to be lower than what Mari got as well. But I'll give Ben White a 2. Then really it should be a 1. Yeah, the guy is a centre back who can't header. He can't even attack the header. He has no presence. Yeah, like when it comes to him, bruv, he got out muscled so many times. Yeah, on Friday, so many times. On the ball, he wasn't sure. Yeah, he was playing balls that weren't terrific. He was trying to do the long ball over the top too many times because he realized he was having a shit game, so he's trying to pull something out of the back. And even those were shit. They were going to nobody. No one was on his wavelength. Like, I don't blame him. Arteta threw him in already, thinking he's good enough and that he's gelled enough with the team through the training session. So he's obviously seen what he's seen and put him in. But he was clearly not on the same wavelengths as the rest of the team. He couldn't defend. He was getting out-muscled. He couldn't challenge. I think the best thing he did was throw his body in the way of a shot at one time, and I think that's all he did. And other than that, like, extremely poor debut. Like, I'd be embarrassed if I was him. I'd be embarrassed if I was anyone and that was my debut. Like, that was disgusting. He got showed. Like, he got taken for a little boy in that game. And I just think he's got he's got a lot to do in order to change my opinion on him now, because I've been defending him for a long time, and everyone's sending me how Rashford twisted him up and sending me that video, and I'm saying no, but that's just one incident. Rashford does that to man. Da, 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 da. He's actually good, and I'm giving them his track record, his history, to let them buy into this guy. And now I'm not even bought into him, just like I did with Mari. I was like, yeah, he played for the second best team in the world. You get me? Because he played Liverpool in that because he had a good performance in that game as well. I was like, yeah, are you mad? So see, now he handled the best team in the world. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, in reality, they're both pants. The fact that Arsenal got swindled 50 million for this guy is a joke. Like, didn't they not watch him? Did they not clock what he was about? We got a lot of work to do. Maybe he might come good. I might be being harsh because of what I saw, but I saw something terrible, and I can't unsee it.
It's bad. It's bad, but I can't really disagree with anything you said. It's not often that you see.
It's a bit early
to say this. Yeah, I agree with Juno. It's early to make final judgments, but one thing for sure is that game was bad, and as you guys will know, is when your centre back is getting bullied during a game. It's not
no
fun.
hope.
That match
No
is
hope.
not fun.
It's long.
That match
It's
is
long.
not fun.
Not to compare the two at all, but I remember Vidic having a bad start.
Careful.
I didn't. I said
he said he don't want to compare.
I know.
I said not to compare.
And that statement is heavy. That statement was very heavy.
But if you still decide to make what you want out of it after I said what I said, that's up to you. But I'm saying that. I'm saying for anyone. I'm saying for anyone listening. I'm just saying that.
What league did Vidic come from?
I'm not sure. I can't really remember actually.
Yeah, so Ben White's been playing in the Prem, so he doesn't have to adjust.
That's
but
my point is just
new language and everything as well.
That's I guess that's the point, but I'm just saying that it doesn't always go that the way you want first game.
Fair point.
So me personally, huh?
Ben White's not all of a sudden going to start winning headers. He's not going to grow taller. He's not.
That's another one of my points. He's 5'11". Like that's not his game.
I think it's 5'9".
I think he's 5'11".
5'11".
But that's not what we bought him for. So like I don't know. Like I guess it depends if you watched him last season or not. Like that's not his game. He's not a towering aerial presence. He's not like a Harry Maguire with defensive headers. I don't even like Harry Maguire like that. But that's one thing he's got, like his defensive headers. Yeah. So the way I judge is different. I can't condemn you after game one. I can't condemn anyone after game one because it's one game.
He's 5'10".
That's what I say.
That's taller than me.
I kind of agree with where Jeff's coming from. It's a bit too early to be calling them Ben Shite. Let's keep calling him Ben White now. It's way too early.
Well, you can call him Ben Shite. It's just you can just give him a quick diss after one game and then call him Ben White.
Nah, you used to support. You used to get behind him, man.
No, but this is what
man don't get behind man still, but you know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say is like, well, we will give him another chance. Like I said, we're not going to write him off right now. Yeah. we're not going to write him off right about now. Do you know what I mean? But it was a very poor start. Yeah,
man. All right, listen, let's rattle through these. Obviously, I'm conscious of time. Let me read some of the comments. Jamie saying, "Did someone say Leno's one of the best keepers in the Prem?"
They lied, Jamie. Chill.
I don't know. As a Liverpool fan, I don't see what's so bad about I would love to be able to cuss him, but he's not.
Saying Ben White is shocking. Anton saying, "Yeah, I agree with White talk, but the thing I'd say is the nerves may have got to him. May have done. Big up Twain Jack saying second best team in the world." They said he's 6 foot on the dot. Prem website, he's 182 centimeters. He's 6'4". All right, well, let's see anyway. Let's see. All right, let's rattle through them. All right, who's next? Jeff Chambers. Let's do them quick.
Probably about 3. It's not even about performance. The same reason I don't like Maitland-Niles. I just don't like players that give up. So that's the reason he gets 3.
Okay, no matter that, I'll give him 3 as well.
I'll give
Lance Lokonga.
6.
Okay. Jalil Shaka.
5.
Shaka. Give him the right. Pepe Rash.
3.
3, yeah. No matter that. Yeah, he was bad. Smith Rowe, Jeff.
Maybe a 6.
No
Probably one of
way, no way. More than that.
more.
More than that.
More than that. Smith
Wow,
Rowe.
what did he
I thought it was our best player. but I
He
wouldn't
was
give
our
him
best
a-
player.
Yeah,
Do you think?
six, though.
Do you think best player automatically constitutes to a good score?
No, I think give him a 7. I think he didn't get the help he didn't get the help he needed.
Yeah,
Oh, so he
How do you
couldn't
get-
perform the way he
How do you
used
get
to.
6 max.
But if alright, so what would you give Lakonga?
6.
I gave Lakonga a 6, to be honest.
Okay,
I
but
give
then
him a 5.
Lakonga. So wait, hold on, Jeff. If you're gonna give Lakonga a 6, you
Yeah.
can't say Lakonga was better than Smith Rowe.
They were the same.
Nothing they're the same.
Lakonga had a decent game in my opinion. Like he was doing the right things. Like, he was receiving the ball on the half turn, a few little cute chip passes in. There's just people weren't controlling the ball. And Smith Rowe had some bright sparks throughout that second half. There were some good moments, but to say he deserves a 7 or 8 or anything
not
of that nature,
not an 8, but I think I'll be surprised if the comments even say he's a 6. I don't know. Obviously,
everyone's opinion is different. Me, I can't give you a 7 just because you are better than the rest. Because the performance just wasn't great. Like, it doesn't warrant a 7 in my opinion.
Yeah, to me, I had both of those guys at 6. So
and let me be clear. Those were the 2 best players for Arsenal. If it's even such a statement for me, but that's what I'd say.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, Lambs, Martinelli.
3.
I'll give him a 2. I'll give him a 2.
You know,
I generally actually.
I don't think he's match fit now. I think you got to give him some time. But Martinelli's a good player.
I did say that. I said that like him coming back for the Olympics. I was like, I'm surprised he was on the team sheet. I guess we were low on attacking players, but the fact he played was just like, whoa, like should he?
No,
to me, he got a 0. So
I gave him a 0 as well. I mean, what did he do?
I'm not mad at that.
Generally, what did he do?
That's my guy.
But this is the thing. You guys need to remember. You're judging it as Arsenal fans, so you're angry at these players.
No. I actually didn't see nothing of the game. Nowhere in the game.
Let's be realistic, innit? To give someone a 0, no one is a 0. Like one.
Sometimes you
He
can't.
didn't do anything.
To me, he had no presence in the game.
No.
How could he have got any points?
I've seen Lovren put in the worst performances known to man. You would never see him given a 0. Like
he would have probably because he had in order to get the worst performance, he would have had to have been involved in the game.
Lamps.
Martinelli wasn't even involved in the game.
Facts. I'll tell you this with Martinelli. Yeah, he's probably one of the best up and coming players we have at Arsenal. So there's always an expectation for him. However, you got to look at it like this: if you got a one-on-one battle with someone and you haven't done anything against them or even helped the team out in any possible way, he warrants a 0. But remember, everybody here loves him. Not one person here says, we should sell him. The only way we're going to hate this guy is if he signs for United or something like that. That's where we could come a bit hate. But I'm telling you now, we're not angry at him. We expect better from him. And unfortunately, he came back a bit too early from the Olympics. Jeff was calling it. I was like, what's the play? Let him play. Maybe Jeff was right at this point. We've got to own up to these things. But unfortunately, he had no presence, like Rash said. He brought nothing to the game. He couldn't beat his man. And come on, you expect a lot from someone on that wing. And unfortunately, he didn't do nothing. And we can't, just because we like him, we can't give him 1 or 2. He's got to hold a 0, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I get where Lamps was coming from. It sounds harsh, but I generally only gave him a 0 because I generally thought he played with 10 men. I never saw him take on someone on the outside. I didn't see him make himself an option. Didn't see him in the box. Didn't see him link up. I generally thought, even when he went off, I didn't see him go off. Like, he was literally just invisible the whole game. So, yeah, man. No, but I rate Martinelli, but it was just a howler of a performance. And then last, Balogun.
Yeah, Balogun for me 0 as well. I can go a bit into it for me. I'm not expecting anything from someone who hasn't played in top flight football consistently. But you've got to be real. It's his first game in. You're not expecting too much. And even from expecting nothing, I know guys have said they've seen spark. I didn't see anything from the kid. Like, do you know what I mean? I've seen stuff that Eddie does. I've seen stuff that Laka does. Balogun doesn't do that link-up stuff. but I ain't seen nothing. He got bullied off the ball every single time, from what I saw. He did a few flick-ons that got to my man Smith Rowe that was running. But and then the headers that come in, he didn't hold it up once. He couldn't hold it up. He didn't win a header to knock it back. He had just a few ticks, and for me, he wants a 1.
Yeah, I mean, I gave him a 2, so I'm not mad at that. I gave him a 2 probably because I was being generous because it's his first game.
We've got to be real, man. Yeah, I hear you.
Gotta be real. I understand. Yeah,
I gave him a 1-2, Jalil. So
yeah.
I probably wouldn't have given him that, but yeah, it's all bad scores, so I'm not arguing my point. I can't say I care that much. Whether it's a 4 or 1,
you ain't gonna fight for a 3, are you?
No, there's no point. Like, if you're how can I fight for a bad score?
No, man deserves a 2. Come on.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Big up my G Tom in the chat saying even when he went off, I didn't see him go off. Yeah, that's the quote now. JV saying White is a bomb. He played in a back 3 last season and will get found out in a back 2. You need to be able to win headers in a back 2. You can't just be a good passer. That's very true.
That's a very true point.
Very true.
Yeah. But the reason why that's so true is because, and that's one of the things that made me think, okay, how could you be playing him, a guy who had stats of less than 50% aerial duels won last season, with Pablo Mari who don't jump? You've got to put Holding on. You have to. As much as you don't want to have maybe 2 youngers, you got to put Holding on because trust me, every ball that would have been in the air, Holding would have been, that's mine. That's what he does do. Yeah. He wins headers.
He does. Do you know what? The comment that Jamie brought up just made me realize something. You know, when Mikel first came into play, and obviously he went with a back 3, and I think Tierney was part of that back 3. And when we beat City, then we beat Chelsea in the final, didn't we, for the FA Cup a couple of years, a year ago or so? Do you feel like, honest opinion, I just want to ask a question. Do you feel like we potentially could get better off if we play 3 at the back?
Against Chelsea?
No, just going through the season. Against Chelsea as well, obviously, because that's how we beat them twice. So, but
I think we've ground out our best results when we've had 3 at the back. As much as I don't like to see it in the team, I think our best results have been while we've been the 3 at the back.
I don't think it's going to get you top 4. I don't think that kind of football will get you top 4 there.
We ain't getting top 4, man.
We ain't getting top 4. That's the thing.
It's too early, man. It's too early.
Nah, but
no, bro. Come on.
It's too established, bro.
It's too early. Give it until who you playing next week? Chelsea.
Yeah.
Okay, wait until the performance after Chelsea.
We've got City after them. We've got City after that.
Yeah, we got City after them.
No. I was going to say, sorry. Wait until how they perform in the Chelsea game. And watching City yesterday, I know we'll get onto that anyway, but you know, Arsenal stand a chance.
Of what? Finishing top 4? At the sake of who? Who do you reckon won't make top 4
I think Arsenal stand a chance against City. Seeing City yesterday.
Wins and that.
Because let's be honest, City played against 10 men, and the reason why I say City played against 10 men is because Dele Alli didn't exist, but they still lost.
What happened to Dele Alli, man?
No, Dele Alli played like some defensive attacking.
What the hell happened to that guy, man?
His is funny, bro.
Man, they said, you know what? I'm getting dreads.
I said, F this football thing.
Those dreads are mad.
Those dreads are mad.
We'll get onto that.
Man's got a green dread. Man, put that in on purpose. Man said, I want that one.
Yeah, the guy, someone with those dreads was still invisible in the game. How do you do that?
It doesn't make sense. He did nothing.
He became a defensive guy.
Now he literally played defensive attacking midfield.
Bro,
that's what he was doing, bro. He was making tackles.
I was watching the game with my niece, and she was just like, "Well, what happened to Dele Alli? Dele Alli is dead, bruv. Look at them dead moves. Look at that dead movement." Like I was just like, "Nah." Even she sees it.
I mean, let's move on to that game. Obviously, perfect segue. But let me read out some of the comments first. Obviously, 17 people in the chat. Big up to everyone.
Big up everyone.
Big up YL saying Arsenal will end up 10th. Yeah.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. I think we know they weren't.
Jamie's saying he's trolling you about top four. Why else say top four?
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. Remember,
He's a top troll.
this guy.
Arsenal
this
stand a
guy,
chance
this
of finishing in top 10. Marley saying Dele Alli ran 11 kilometers yesterday, most on the pitch. K-Man saying just send Dele Alli to Love Island, shake my head.
Facts.
Marley
Real
saying
talk.
Dele's on moving to Pep's daughter these days. I mean, listen, we ain't going to get into all that stuff. That's all a bit mad, but yeah, man. So who wants to kick off with the Spurs City game? Like, what do you guys make of it?
I do, because I'm not gonna lie, man. That performance of City made me sick. And I think if it was, I think if it was any other team, people will come down harder on that team. City were absolutely shocking. Now, I'm gonna say this: I was waiting for this Grealish guy, and
This guy, man.
I was
This
waiting-
Grealish
I was
agenda
waiting-
is sick.
No, I was because when you spend 100 million on a player, because look, Jamie's just called Ben White a bum in the comment. After one game.
I
So,
can't take too much
you know-
credence to the bum statement, though.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, you know, he's been called a bum. Now, when you get signed for double the amount of Ben White and you're playing for Manchester City,
Yeah.
and you're just one thing about Grealish, what saved him is aesthetically very good to watch. You know, people think he's a handsome man on the ball. He looks good. No, like this is like people think. Grealish
We
is
back on
handsome.
this shit again, yeah.
Like he aesthetically, Grealish is good to watch, to look at on the pitch. But the truth is, nah, man, when you play for Aston Villa and you do that hero football of being the only person on the ball for the longest and whatnot, it's not going to work at City. City, they're going to need you to move the ball quicker. They're going to need you to do more. You can't just get the ball, dribble, and then drop on the floor and then get a foul. It's not going to work. That might work for Aston Villa, but I don't think it's going to work for City. So, yeah, man, I wasn't impressed with him. I think City were getting caught on the counter and all the time, and they did nothing to stop it. Gundogan looked like the player he probably is. He's run out of the steroids. He looks like who he is. Who else? Who else was bad? Mendy was shocking.
Mendy was.
Hey, bruv, look, I just want to say, so far, this analysis has been shocking. I just want to say that.
You guys are fans. You guys are fans of Grealish. You guys are fans of Grealish. This is why
I ain't even gonna get
you
on
guys
to you about the
you guys are
Grealish
fans
thing.
of Grealish. You guys think he was worth the 100 million? Because I watched the episode.
No, we said it last week. He wasn't worth 100
He's
million.
not worth 100 mil.
We
I
literally
watched the
said
episode.
it.
No, but I watched that episode, and you guys are saying, "Oh yeah, now they signed Grealish, City are gonna look so good. They're gonna."
I believe you will. Yeah.
I said that with my chest.
Well,
Yeah, and they just got
My whole chest.
slapped. They just got slapped by a 10-man Tottenham team. So they didn't look that good.
You see when you just do, when you create narratives.
They didn't look that good.
Anyone watching this will really think Spurs at 10 men.
Yeah, literally.
No, they did have 10 men. I'm not gonna count Dele Alli. They had.
Wait,
they had-
I'm not gonna count I'm not gonna count Mendy for Man City then.
Okay, I'm not gonna count Højbjerg then.
Højbjerg had a good game. Højbjerg had a good game.
What we're doing now? We started at 11 men each. Now we're at 10-9.
All right, let me just end my point quickly. Anyway, let me just end it quickly. City was shocking. If it was any other team, they would come down harder on them. I actually think City are going to have a bad season this year. I think the only reason why they won the league last year is because no team was there to really compete with them. And I think City are facing a crisis because this is 3 big games where they haven't scored. They didn't score in the Champions League final. They couldn't score in the Community Shield against Leicester, and they can't score against Tottenham. So I think there's something to speak about here. Why can't they score goals? I don't know. If it was any other team, people might talk. But because it's City, everyone's quiet. But anyway, man, I don't think City's that good anymore, man. I think City's washed. And I think they'll finish top 4.
What is going on here?
See what happens when you talk too long, yeah?
Yeah. You slip
It's not
up.
going from a hero to a villain, yeah?
Let me tell you something. I called it the season when Liverpool won. I think this is when Company left. I called it. John, ask my brother, ask Ed, ask anyone, all of our mutuals. I called it. I said, when Company left, I said City are going to lose the league and they're not going to be that competitive. I'm saying it now that Aguero's left, City are finished this year. They're finished. But I'm going to...
Yeah,
Lamps is a wild,
we'll
wild guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll let that
play out.
We'll let that marinate a bit. Let me read out some of the comments. Obviously, 17 people still in here. Big up to everyone, but make sure to smash those likes. It really helps us with like the analytics on YouTube. So it only takes a second, people. We'd really appreciate if you just smash that like button.
Smash the like button.
And subscribe if you're new. Obviously, don't make Rash angry. Well, yeah, smash that like button. Big up Jamie saying, can we get the United ratings in, please? Also, what did I say about Mr. Grealish? We'll get on to United shortly, bro. Don't worry. YL saying we should have a conversation how Pep is a checkbook manager.
Yeah,
let's be real with Grealish.
Really, but...
Let's be real with Grealish was named Anwar Ghazi. He will be worth 15 million.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know, man.
What's going on?
Big up my G saying handsome man bias. YL saying Grealish's calf is worth 99 million. Soonest said it already, LOL. They get away with not having a striker last season, but I agree with the Grealish point. Ask these lot what I've been saying. Clip it for the end of the season. Yeah, don't worry, bro. Lambs has been clipped already, and if he hasn't, you make sure to clip him now, innit?
Yeah. Listen, my predictions are always right anyway, man.
He said that. Wait, so are you saying that City are the team that Arsenal could finish on top of to finish top 4?
No. I said City will finish top 4. But I think...
so who's dropping out of the top 4?
Who's dropping out of the top 4 is a tough one.
You said Arsenal can finish top 4.
I think the league will be won by Man United or Liverpool.
What about
I've had enough. Can we talk about something?
Yeah, go on.
Because
go on.
Lamps is just saying some outlandish things right about now.
Okay, we'll see. All
right, what do you guys have to say then quickly on the Man City Spurs game? Obviously, Lamps said his thoughts. He said he wasn't impressed at all by City. What are we saying? Do we want to talk about Spurs a bit, Rash?
No. I'd rather speak about City. So from what I saw from City, they had no sense of urgency. I think that was their Achilles heel. Is that they had the ball a lot of the time and it was literally at walking pace. They had no urgency to get to the box. They thought they could probably pass their way into the box and so forth like that, but it just wasn't working out. Spurs did all right defensively on that note. Be it that City didn't really have a striker to bring on. Like someone said, Jesus is backup striker to no one. That's liberties. Yeah. Because how do you not? But for real, how do you not start and there's no striker in the team? I mean, training must be terrible. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm just I was disappointed in City's game, just like Lamps as well. I expected a lot more from them. I wanted to see a lot more from them, to be honest. Grealish, I think he was the best player on their team. Yeah. So I don't really. I think when he got the ball, he was very positive. If he did lose it, he got fouled. He was making runs in between channels and playing the ball through and trying to work hard, trying to get forward as much. And if there was any danger, it was going to come from the side that him and Sterling was on. And it was both of those guys that was the only threat, I think, for City for the whole game. Spurs done well. They were well drilled, well managed. Well done, Son. Sons are done. But yeah, that's all I've got to say about Tottenham.
Yeah. I mean, it's clearly more than you wanted to say. But yeah, at least you did give them some credit. Jeff, before I finish up with Jalil, any last bits on the game that you wanted to highlight?
See, it was just a little lethargic, I guess. It weren't a great performance. I don't agree in that there's a crisis or they're finished or Gundogan's steroids are worn off or anything like that. I think Fernandinho just looked like his age. That was a lot of the reason.
He was one of the best players on the pitch. He was one of the best players on the pitch.
He's losing the ball a lot.
He did lose the ball more than he normally does. No, he did lose the ball more than he normally does, but he was one of the best players on the pitch.
Wait, Labs, you're allowed to make your point, right? You're allowed to make your point uninterrupted, right?
Hey, let Jeff finish. Let Jeff finish. Let Jeff finish.
All right.
So,
So yeah, Fernandinho, he looked his age in terms of recovery runs. He got pocketed a few times by Spurs press. He did. I don't know if maybe you didn't watch it. I don't know, but he did get pocketed a few times.
Grealish on the floor. I saw Grealish on the floor multiple times. I don't know, man. That was probably the reason why the City were playing slow, because Grealish was always on the floor and they had to stop it for free kicks. But
I can see what's happening. You really hate Grealish. What did he do to you?
Listen, man, I just don't think he's 100 million.
No, but I mentioned Fernandinho. You went to
I'm
Grealish. I'm on Fernandinho. How did you go back to Grealish? You just spoke about it for like 100. Spoke about it for 180 seconds.
You know, we're scapegoating. We're scapegoating Fernandinho.
Get your Omar Johnson on, Ruboy. I know you want to get it now.
No, you're not going to scapegoat. You're not going to scapegoat Fernandinho.
He didn't. Let Jeff finish.
What's going on here? Is everything all right?
Let Jeff finish.
Tough day, innit? Oh man!
Go on, Jeff. Go on. Maybe talk about a different player. Talk about someone else, Jeff.
Let's get to Grealish. Let's just get to Grealish. Go. All right, so Grealish, one of the most convincing of displays. If you want to say the 100 mil, is he worth it? If you're talking about the actual price of 100 mil, no. But if you understand the market, yes. He's a club captain. He's 25. He's English. He's one of England's most brightest sparks. So, of course, it's going to cost 100 mil in this market. Everyone gets overpriced. Ben White was bought for 50 mil off one good season. So, that's the way the market goes in terms of that. In terms of his display, it was okay. It was normal Grealish stuff, to be honest, like running with the ball. I do think he's going to have to adapt his style. Like, you can't play the same way. I agree with you there, Lamps. Like, you can't play the same way he did at Villa. Because you can't just run with the ball and be the star man and Johnny Big Bollocks. You're going to have to adapt to Pep's style. You're going to have to pass the ball, move. Like they can't be a Grealish and a Mahrez.
Mahrez played poor.
It wasn't great.
It was bad yesterday.
And it wasn't an open goal, but it was for him.
A big chance
For him. But to me, like the City got away with not having a striker last year for most of the season. I think they know they can't this year. Which is why I think they'll get Kane. You saw that the 150 mil is there. They're willing to offer players, so they are aware that they need a striker. So that's why I can't say that City are in a crisis. They haven't won in 3 big games. I don't count the Community Shield as a big game for one. And Kane will be bought. So if Kane is bought, it's on for the season.
But do they? Do City need a striker if they've got Sterling as their goal scoring winger? And because I don't know, I think
they do now. You think
they do now? Even if the wingers could be goal scoring wingers, can become, because I know Sterling's a goal scoring winger. So if the other winger was to become a goal scoring winger,
it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough, because if you remember, Lance, even when Sterling was scoring goals, Aguero was still giving you 20. So I think that's where they still need it. I'm just surprised City are not going for Lautaro Martinez. That's my surprise. Like he's 23, top strike. I don't get it. Well, obviously Harry Kane, Premier League proven. You know he's going to back 20 goals minimum. So I get it, but I just think Lautaro is a great value for money. But let's go on to Jalil, man. Like
he's coming also, isn't it?
Yeah, boy, let's hope so. Jalil, man. Quick thoughts on touching it. We've spoken about the City side, man. So obviously you're Mr. Positive. Give us some positive words about Spurs.
Can you not hear me?
Yeah. You can hear you, bro.
Cool. Because I thought my mic cut off and all that jazz, man. But I came back into hearing Arsenal top 4, and I thought I was on the screen. I wasn't even on the screen. Where did that come from? So not much positive to say about Spurs other than they played well in that. But I did want to touch on City. I know you boys touched on it as well.
Yeah, go on, bro.
For me, the front three didn't really have the best of games. We can admit that. The Spurs defense was really great. Yeah. For me, Gundogan. Did anyone think he had a good game? Was that everyone? You didn't think he had a good game?
I thought it was quite poor. Like he lost the ball a few times uncharacteristically. I didn't think he was great personally yesterday.
I think
For me,
What did you think?
I think he had about 2 or 3 moments, and that's it throughout the whole
Yeah,
game.
moments. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, for me, I thought he made the game tick. He was the most positive until De Bruyne came on, and obviously Grealish, done what he done. To be fair, he was very positive in my opinion. But I thought Gundogan was very positive. I don't know. Maybe you guys wasn't watching. Maybe you guys was
no,
watching.
he was positive. He was positive. I just felt like there were a couple of times where last season he would have made that pass and he was losing.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
fair.
the only thing. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I think he missed a chance as well. I think he had an opportunity as well, a shot,
Yeah.
It's not like him to shoot like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, not fair enough. I just say don't hang up on the boys, man. I think the City boys will come good, man. I feel like Gundogan will come good. I think Grealish will fit into the squad a bit better. I feel like once they get striking, we've been real. They had chances. Mahrez had a few chances. He didn't have his best game. Sterling could have done better, but he got bullied. Unfortunately, we have to be real here. But he's still a good player. So yeah, I'm just saying City's not washed. But yeah, man, Spurs, man, they done the thing, man. Son, you don't stop those. You know what I'm saying? You don't stop those goals, man. I was on his weaker foot. If it was Phoebe, we'd have people shouting out 5-star weak foot and that, giving him the plaudits he deserves. So.
Yeah.
I mean, and yeah, the defense played well, but I don't feel like Spurs midfield played well. I feel like they were very defensive. I feel like they parked the bus. They had that Skippy guy on who was going all, it was a bit crazy in my opinion. Skip. What's his name? Skip or something, isn't it?
Skip. Yeah.
Might just start calling him Skippy, man. He's a bit. But yeah, man, it's a bit mad. It's a bit mad in the Danyard, do you know what I mean? So yeah, but yeah. Other than that, I feel like Lucas had a good game. Lucas, I agree with Jeff. Fernandinho showing his age. Lucas spun him a few times. He did. That was a good battle between them, but he got spun a few times. So yeah, Lucas looks good, and that Bergwijn guy, he in my opinion, he's not all that. He's pants.
He's not.
I don't know what this is about. The W's for winners. He ain't no winner. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I think what I will say about Spurs is that they definitely started parking the bus, but I would say they actually played some decent counter-attacking football. Like they actually looked to threat. I would say Bergwijn cost him a few times. He's good at running with the ball, but you can see as soon as the final third hits, his brain just goes mad, and you don't know what's going to happen from there. But Son was dangerous throughout. I thought Lucas Moura played a very good game on the right wing. He carried the ball very well, and I think he's actually been good all pre-season from what clips I've been seeing. So you got to give credit to Spurs. Obviously, Eric Dyer, I still think he's a horrible defender, but he was very good yesterday. Tanganga, a beast at right back. Not good going forward, but in terms of his job as a right back, very good, aggressive, And I think yesterday's the Spurs game out the most out of all the games of the weekend showed me the importance of fans. The fans literally gave the Spurs players 10-15% more energy. That's the difference that fans make. And so yeah, big up to Spurs. Obviously, my boy Tom is in the chat. So big up to your team. I know you were messaging me at the weekend. So your cup final, you did it. So yeah, you got your trophy now.
Wait, Con, your boy messaged you the weekend. You ain't replied to him yet.
Nah, I replied, man. I always reply. You gotta take it in. You gotta take it in. I'm a PSG fan anyway, so it's irrelevant to me.
Jeez. Do you know what's mad though as well? We were saying about Fernandinho. I find that as soon as we go past the 60th minute, he starts to run out of steam.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think for the first 45 minutes, I thought he was very good.
Always is.
Hour. Yeah, he always is. He's class. Well, yeah, let's move on to United. What's Jamie saying? Spurs played well. If that was Mourinho or someone else in charge, everyone would be calling it a masterclass. That's point there. Yeah. I get you lot majority Arsenal, but some respect on that Spurs performance. And also Tanganga done well. Skip to an alley point, a shift. He weren't missing, just done a job. Yeah, like I said, defensive attack in midfield, but he did make a lot of tackles. Bergwijn can't finish at all. Everyone is sleeping on Liverpool.
Hey, we ain't spoken about them yet.
Sure. We ain't spoken about them yet, but I hear you. Liverpool are kind of going under the radar, which I think is what they want, to be honest.
Definitely.
It's always good to be an under the radar top team. I can't lie. Well, let's talk about a team that's definitely not under the radar, and that's Man United. Obviously, me and Lamps are on some of the same group chats. You guys are all in the ones. Man United fans were very happy on Saturday. They smashed Leeds 5-1. Bruno hat-trick. Pogba 4 assists. Greenwood bagged. Fred scored. Sancho came on. Varane introduced before the game looking suave. I mean, kind of a perfect day, really.
I like the Varane. I like the way Varane.
Yeah, the Varane thing was. He was
and
looking good
Rio,
still.
When
Old
Rio
school.
went up
Yeah,
to him,
that was nonsense.
when Rio went up to him and said win, like brother to brother. That I like that. I like that from him.
Yeah, no, it was nice, but yeah, let's talk about. I mean, did anyone watch that game and come the end of it think any differently about United? Jadon, you want to start off?
Yeah, sure, man. Sure, 100%. Yeah, just going off the Varane thing, that was very classy. I thought that was very old school as well, introduced. And I would love for an Arsenal player to be introduced, not just all social media, Pogba doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? None of that, Chad.
Man really did this.
he did a
Stormed me. I'm not gonna lie. That's the best. That was one of the best introductions I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, man. Sorry. Yeah, good question. Did I think any differently? Yeah, I did actually. I did. It's a bit worrying. If you're not a United fan, because the way they played was spectacular, man. They played well. Bruno was a different Bruno from the Euros, man. Hate to say it, man. And Pogba kept to the quality. And I think when we did our prediction, I'm not sure who said it, I'm not sure. I think it might be Rash or Jeff said that this is Pogba's year, I think.
Well, me.
I think it was me.
Oh, was you? Yeah, it was you. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You said Pogba because it was off bias as well because how much you loved him and stuff. But then you said no. Hold on. Yeah. So it was you. So yeah. Look, I said you can tell that this is Pogba's year, man. So if he stays fit in that, if we're going to do player ratings for the United fans, I feel like we should do it and just do the United players if you want, because I've got not some generous but some realistic ratings to give out to the boys. I thought the defense played well, and I thought the midfield done their thing. I think Fred, getting back and forth, done the business. I know they still don't like him, but he's still done very well. And I feel like that's what comes when you get players coming in. When you hear you sign Varane, you hear you sign Sancho, one of the best attacking players going. Young attacking players, especially English as well. So, yeah, I mean, I've got nothing much to say until we get into player ratings, to be fair. But the boys done the business, man. And yeah, 100% top 4 will be cemented very soon.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm conscious of the time. So, like, Rash, Jeff, Lamps, like, what do you guys? I'll start with you, Rash. What's the main thing that you came out with from that United Leeds game?
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you guys here. When we was doing the predictions last episode, I said Man United to win the league, and I was joking, but I wasn't actually joking. In my head, I actually think Man United actually have a good chance of winning the league, and it's not because I rate their manager or anything like that, but I genuinely think these guys they made the right signings in certain positions that will help them push on and get to where they need to. I mean, if they can finish second with not all the right areas filled and the manager, playing Scrabble and stuff like that rather than, tactically teaching them, like, you think, okay, now he's in there for about 3 seasons or so, the team's a bit more established. The team in its totality have played together for about a season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, some of them even more. So they know how each other play and they know what is expected from them. And I believe that they're going to have a good season. And to me, watching them this weekend just kind of cementing that for me. And I said I think Sancho is really going to have a really good season as well. Even though he didn't really have the best starts, he came on a sub and stuff like that. It's hard to get into the game. United as a team, they just they gel. They've gelled now. They know how they each other play. Paul Pogba is always amazing to watch. I love watching that guy play, and that some of the things that he does, the balls he puts through, is just he's an irreplaceable player in that squad. And if he was to go this season, I think they would still be short, even if they buy someone else in as well. I like to put Fernandes down a lot, but he done his job. You can't lie. He's going in my fantasy team because he's just the guy that does gets exactly what he needs to do in a game. Do you know what I mean? To make United get the victory or for them to do something. Do you know what I mean? He just seems to be in the right place in the right time. All the players just seem to be playing well. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I didn't see a player that I was like, oh, he's a bit, except for James. James is a bit shit. But everyone else was playing really good. Do you know what I mean? Good football, know what they're doing, really gelling together. Man United something scary this season, man. And I'm not someone who likes to support them guys there because I don't believe that the devil's a good guy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I think this season's going to be a good season for Manchester United, and I back them to be one of the biggest contenders to win the league, to be honest.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, that's what, like, obviously bias needs to get put aside, and you just need to say things as you see them, irrespective of any rivalry. Obviously, before I get on to Jeff, obviously I see someone in the chat trolling about Ronaldo to sign for PSG. We'll see that when that actually breaks, even though it is starting to break slowly. Great performance from Fred. I hate, but he was passing forward and being quick about it. But McFred is still a no. Pogba being Pogba, just we are finishing, and Mason is going to be a star. One thing I will say about Greenwood is that his finishing is unbelievable.
Bruv, he is too sick.
His finishing is tapped.
Incredible.
I can't even lie.
It always has been as well. It's not like it's gradually got better. My man's just sick. He's just been sick from the get-go, banging in goals.
You know
what?
All the things. Go on.
No, go on.
I was just gonna say, all the things they tell you when you're young, when you're in bottom corner, low, hard, driven. He does that every time.
Body above the ball every time.
Body above the ball every time. How many of his goals are posting in? That's accuracy. Big up Greenwood still. Big up the Packstar saying, shout out you, man. Predicted Arsenal to win. Laughing face. I told you, man, your team was awful. The fan favorite Martinelli, the new Kaka, produced an absolute stinker.
Who said?
He said it. He said it. It was him. It was all him by himself.
What? I don't think we said it, but hey, I don't think we said it.
Never heard that in my life.
Oh my god!
Big on the Packstar. Jamie saying, never again do I want to hear Saka being compared to Mason Greenwood.
Whoa, come on, chill, man, chill.
Back here again.
But man, see, this is why man can't even stroke Manchester United's ego. Yeah, that's why you can't even stroke their ego, man.
Oh my lord.
All right, before I finish off with Lamps, Jeff, what are you telling me, man? Obviously, Rash and Jalil have spoken about it, but I don't know if you want to speak more on like Bruno specifically, who I thought was man of the match. I'm not Bruno's biggest fan. I thought he was brilliant the whole game, start to finish, and obviously Pogba 4 assists. Like, what do you make of it, bro?
Very, very good performance. They were sick. Especially in that little spell where they killed off the game. It was like 10 minutes where they really killed off the game. Played really, really well. Does it change my opinion? Do I think they're going to be real contenders and win the league? No. It's one game. Like 5-1 is a sick start. But it doesn't. I still think City are going to win the league. It doesn't change it for me. But there's definitely some positive signs. Bruno was great. Greenwood has a great future as a number 9. Probably a few things that can still pick up from like someone like Cavani. Like Cavani's got some of the best movement in the game, so he could pick up some things there. I still agree that Scott McTominay and Fred pivot is, it speaks for itself. It's really bad. Like one game is cool. Like Fred had a great game that game, but it's Fred. Like we know in 6 games time is going to be bad again. I think they played well, man. Like I'm still going to go for them for finishing 3rd. I don't think they're going to win the league, but they're going to have a good season.
Yeah. And that's fair. I was impressed with them. The only thing I would say is that obviously I think Lance might touch on this, and I think you guys probably picked up on it too, is that United did beat Leeds 6-2 last season.
Yeah.
And Leeds are kind of like a match made in heaven in football in terms for United. They've got all the players to suit exactly what Leeds don't do well. But before I just touch on with Lambs, Ed the Paxa saying Martinelli world-class talent, maybe world-class bum. Pablo Mario Ben White is easily the worst partnership I've ever seen. Yeah, shout out Lacon, and shout out Lokonga, the new Pogba, God forbid.
He said Lacunda.
Basically, in our chat, we always pronounce his name wrong on purpose to mock. He's calling Lacunda.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, Lams, obviously, we'll let you finish the show with your thoughts on United before we go and jet off. Because I've gone over an hour and a half. So yeah, go on, man. Just finish it off.
Can we make one comment on Van Dijk just before we leave?
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool.
Do we have to? Look, I'm just saying. No, the reason why I'm saying is because we know how you feel about Van Dijk, and we know this might be a long.
It might be a surprise.
You know what?
It might be a
eulogy. You know what? Because of that, do we want to skip your thoughts on United and go straight to Van Dijk?
You know what? Let me just say something quick about United. United look good. They did sign very good. Once again, I didn't learn much about the team watching that game because they did the same thing to Leeds last season as well. So, yeah, but I do think United are going to be competitors. I've always rated Fred as a football player. I think United fans need to get behind him a bit more, especially when he's allowed to go forward a bit. He's actually not a bad player. But, yeah, man, I think United look good. I think they'll be contenders. I think it might be a strange league. It might be between United and Liverpool, and you might be able to throw Chelsea in there as well, actually. I don't think City will be involved in this one.
Okay, hey Ben, is this true? Has it actually happened? Or are you gassing? Because I'm trying to contain my excitement for now. Because if this happens,
that's ruining
football. See Ronaldo and Messi on the same pitch, then on the same team, I might. That's going to be an emotional moment. I can't lie, but I've got a feeling that Ben is falling for the troll. I don't know if Dom is just trolling it.
Oh my days! No! Wait, hold on a minute. It's trending though.
Yeah,
it's trending, but I ain't seen nothing to confirm it. So obviously, I'm just gonna ignore that for now. But obviously, Fred is dead. That's harsh, but I hear it. So wait, Saka is Mason level. We'll leave that for another time.
Let it go.
The game is very good.
Check Twitter. Listen, I'm keeping my eye on Twitter innit? And obviously a lot of people are starting to break through, but until I start seeing proper official huge pages say it, then. But you are right. It is similar in the way that Messi left Barca. Very suddenly it started to creep through. It's got the same noises, but let's wait and see. So I think we'll probably wrap it up there. I know, Lams, what was it that you wanted to say on Van Dijk quickly?
I'm worried, man. I think Van Dijk might be finished. I think he might be finished. You know, I said it to you previously. I said it to you previously in the chat, and I watched him in preseason, and it was a couple things I noticed. But when the ball was getting played in behind him, he wasn't running back, and he seemed as if he wasn't running back because maybe he's still doubting his injury. I don't know what it is. He does not look as fast obviously he's got the initial acceleration, but he doesn't look as fast. I don't know. He looks more flimsy. His passing's still there, but yeah, man, the Van Dijk of the old, when the ball gets played in behind, he's onto the players. He's onto the players. He's not going to let that happen. And I just thought, watching him yesterday, Pookie was getting him behind him, and I don't know, man. I was a bit worried by that. I think he might be finished. I think this might be, and when I say finished, he will still operate at a high level, but I think the Van Dijk that we're used to watching is over still. I think he's over. I think he's done. I do think he's done. We'll see.
Listen, I think I understand the things that you're seeing, but I still think that it's because it's early on.
No.
It's game one.
I can tell. Here, man? I can tell, man. I can tell, man. The way he ain't tracking back, I can tell. He's worried. The knee, I don't think the knee's all the way there, man. I think he's finished. He's finished. But we'll see.
If it is over for him, his career died a cradle death, bro. Because was it 3 years? 3 years of top flight football where he's been recognized as a top defender. That's it. To say
It
it's
was ended-
over already?
It was
Jeez.
ended by Pickford. Yeah.
Pickford, yeah. That tackle was disgusting, but
It was.
I hope that I don't think it's over yet for Van Dijk personally. Obviously,
I'm worried.
you know,
I'm worried.
as YL saying, Van Dijk finished based on a few games after being out for so long. That is the thing. He's gonna need time
6 months.
to get back into it. And obviously, Lamps is saying this as as a Liverpool fan, so I think he's saying it more in a concerned manner. Obviously, it's going to come off as a wild statement, but yeah, he's just speaking his truth. It might sound a bit mad, but we're just going to have to wait and see what it says about Van Dijk.
To end on a positive about Liverpool look very sharp, and Sadio Mane is looking very, very sharp. He's looking as if he's back, and Firmino's looking very sharp as well. So yeah, man, I think Liverpool are going to win the league, but that's about that, really.
I mean, that's what the Paxer says as well. So boy, it's a bit of a change for him. But yeah, man, I think we'll wrap it up here. Obviously, still 13 people in the chat. Appreciate everyone that's still here, man. We've been going on for a while now. If you are still live, make sure to, before you bounce out, make sure to smash the like button. Show us love. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And obviously, if you got any friends or into this type of football content and just chat, then yeah, make sure to share with them. We're always happy to have more people jump in the comments. That's what it's about, and have people contributing. That's what we're trying to do. So yeah, obviously we're going to be back on Friday previewing to preview the weekend's games, and then the debate shows will come back from next week on Wednesdays. So we'll have a think about some topics that we can do for that. Obviously, big up Lambs for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you on, my bro. Always makes for a very interesting show when you're on. You ain't afraid to speak your thoughts, that's for sure. And obviously, big up the mandem as always, Jalil, Rash, Jeff. Obviously, Jalil's mic is messed up at the moment, so he's just stuck to hand signals for now. But don't worry, but you made your impact earlier on still. And yeah, man. But obviously, before we wrap up, I'll just leave it off for Rash just to say some quick words, and then we'll head off.
Yeah, I just want to quickly say, look, in a world where we have rulers that are oppressive, who are dishonest, and who are corrupt, and one would rather believe a liar and then call someone who is truthful a liar, just if it fits our agendas. We can't ever stop taking our mind off of the truth that we can see before our eyes. There's a lot of things happening around the world, a lot of injustice around the world, and just want to say that, look, we stand up against that. We stand up against oppression. Just want to let the people know that love always wins. So be sure to spread that message, spread the positivity, and yeah, man, let's keep positive. See you guys next time.
Yeah, man, well said, and nothing more to add to that. People, love always wins. Peace out. Take care. See you on Friday. Love, people. Love.
Salam.